Yo, um, looking through this sketchbook. Want to get videos of these before I send them off. There's gonna be a diplomatic gallery, which I'll be sending this and three others after this too. This one is watercolor and gouache, and it is and pen too, but of the little mosque in my village. The road that goes through it, a little coconut tree here. I think the gouache for these more opaque colors is a really good layer to add on to it. Really happy with this one. Then this one is a redo of one I have in a sketchbook over here. But really just like I love these two as a combination, like just like the subject of intimacy between the two of them. Just leaning on each other just really pops. I'm really happy with this one, and I think there's some sense of, not sure the right word. I don't know. I think it like appeals to some senses, or yeah, intimacy. Yeah, I like it. Horrible description. My bad. This one is of my friend Andrew's site. There's a river that runs through it, and it's like low tide, I guess we could call it. And girls were doing laundry here. Joked around with them. I had a mob of like 20 kids around me, just and enjoying hear the white dude, Chinese dude speak Susu, however they see me. And do some drawings. Really fun. I liked it. I tried having some of the palm trees kind of like point towards them, have them framed out with the green here. A little bit of a reflection, and big old baobab tree back there. I think it's pretty, and I did in the moment, and it's really cool to have art from when you're there, and like fill my water brush pen with the water from this river. Like the river is in this painting. It's so cool. This one also is a redo from another in my sketchbook. This and the other one that are redos. I didn't want to give them the originals in the original sketchbook just because I didn't take anything out from it, and I like it complete like that. So I just made new ones, and I think this one and the other were two of my favorites from the last one. So I wanted to put them up here. This is from one of my friends in the village and her mom, who unfortunately died recently, and yeah, really sad about it. They were super close, and I don't know, redoing it was a little hard to do, and you like just look at things differently. It's that perception afterwards, reflection. It's just like the things come out differently, and just like what's captured, what isn't captured. Yeah. One of my favorites, and yeah. And then going on to this one. This one was also done in the moment. I had these background colors afterwards. I didn't have them with me, but everything else I did right there. Yeah, just braiding hair. Braiding hair is one of the things where I could have them as my model of sorts. They're not moving anywhere. I could just sit with them. They do an activity, I do an activity. Maybe a little too crazy with the colors, but I was just trying to have some fun. And I think, yeah, I like it. It's different from my normal stuff. And that's all in this one. This right here is another sketchbook I'm working on right now. This was a bird I saw at my friend's like fields I visited, and he was twiddling around for a minute, and I got all the pen work done in the moment, and I took a picture just to make sure I get the colors before he flew off. But yeah, I really like drawing from the moment more because it's just like pure original. This one was in the moment. She's just like watching something on her phone. This also in the moment. Just lounging around at the tailor shop. Or here too. Yeah, so much of this one is from life. Banana trees in the background, washing dishes. I really like this is an ink brush and just a water brush, and it really pops out. This is just the street across from my house, and really bold and satisfying. And I love the background simplicity. People cooking. This was me visiting my friend's farm where we had a beehive set up around there, and just really like, I don't know, so woody, and no one was around, and just took that morning to draw it after I checked in on the beehive. This is at a taxi station. And here there should be 4 other pages, but they were mysteriously disappeared. I think stolen, but I have to live with it. I have to live with it, and it sent me in a spiral of anger, and oh my god, it broke me down. I didn't realize how much of an effect losing some pages would have on me, but furious, just furious. Moving on. Here's another farm I was helping out at. There's this big orange road construction sites all up and down it where the Chinese are building a railroad that'll go across here. Girl carrying a little tub on her head there, but just, I think this one is like, it's very like simple and stylized, but also very realistic. Just like this kind of muddy tone from all the dirt in the air or smoke in the air. This is the same place too, a little more colorful, but of this guy watering some plants, some trees in the background, really simple. This is on the same day, same field. Work the fields a little bit, and then they, pull out the pots and cook some rice for lunch right there. Maybe work a little bit more, then go home. Really like this one. This is my village crush. She doesn't live there too much now, but I've drawn her like a gazillion times since she's been there. This is her friend too, just all the pots. I think I should add color to this later. I think it's fun to capture just like daily stuff here. Yeah, she was braiding when I did this. Really like this one. This was of a sacrifice, or no, a baptism. And just all these people here. There's a poor little, they called lamb getting slaughtered right there. All the people holding it down, a bunch of kids in the shade, a ton of motorcycles. Really happy with it. I got bored of my normal palette or materials I was using, so I have these watercolor colored pencils that I've been using. This kid was making fun of this girl that I drew. I think for me drawing some dark circles under her eyes, which is a trait that I love, but he was clowning on it. So I'm like, oh, sit down, let me draw you. And I absolutely clowned on this kid. Maybe a little too much, but then I made fun of the girl that was really clowning on him, so the circle of roasting goes on. Um, Visiting this girl in her mom's field. She's sitting around. I think it's fun, live in the moment. Same thing. Just the water. I really like these colored pencils. Like they're so rough but fun. Bring a lot of energy to it, and it's just like brings freshness to the sketchbook that isn't there. I also feel like there's, I don't know, with the roughness and like emotion. I don't know. I feel like it really captures emotion. I might redo some of this in a more refined way, but like that as it is, I love it. Little pencil. I need to get. Maybe I could find some glue and like mix it in water and use that as a fixative, but I need to do that because you see it rubs off on here, and that's why I work in pen a lot because pencil just fades. This one there's pencil below it, but I reworked it with pen. This one I visited a neighboring village and was gonna talk to this farmer dude I know there, but he wasn't there at the time, so I just sat around and drew. And um, uh, uh, there's a crazy lady that lives there, and she gave me a hug shirtless and was asking me to kiss her. They loved it. They thought it was the funniest thing in the world. It was a little funny for me too, but just a little side note of the story of me being there. And yeah, after I did this, some of the people were like, I think it was Koi Mihi, which I'm like, oh, what's that? They're like, sorcerer, you're a sorcerer. The exact translation is night person. A little bit of a prostitute, maybe. No, but it means sorcerer, and it was one of my favorite compliments I've gotten from art. Here's just some doodles throughout the day. Duck. Girls washing things, getting water, dogs laying around. Sketch of my friend, my wife, actually, I call her. This is a kalanut, real weird alien fruit that is pretty culturally significant here. If you want to court somebody, make the moves for marriage, then that is what you give. It's really like bitter nut that you bite into. This is this girl and her dad looking for them in the tree. Her her face looks so. This one is like so gentle. Like I was barely like touching it. There's like no lines on the top of his head, just like really gentle. But as I got down, it got like was more rough down here, and then I moved up to her head, and I feel like the roughness translated. So I lost the light touch that I had up here, unfortunately. Just more sketches from life. She's working a little sewing machine. Just trying to capture the morning light from this one area. A little cartoonishly captured, but this one was fun. Proportions are all wonky. Maybe I'll redo it, but even if it's wonky, it's still a lot of fun. You can twist it around, look at different angles. Yeah, I like it. And this is sorry, I've had a cold for a little. Lots of coughing. Bird from my window and just little sketches that weren't anything real. These two which I did this morning, and that is what I've worked on so far in these two newest sketchbooks.